93% of men go into attraction completely blind. They rely on assumptions, cliches, and outdated advice to try to understand what women really want. And the result is almost always the same: confusion, missed opportunities, and silent rejection. But what about that other 7%? What do they understand that most men never grasp? They understand the system, not through manipulation, but through awareness. Today, you're joining that 7%. We're going 11 psychological truths about women that most men never learned. These are principles that shape attraction, connection, and authentic desire. This isn't about games or tricks. It's about communicating in a language that their minds and biology already naturally respond to. Let's start with a truth that completely transcends logic. First fact: women fall in love through smell. It's something deeply primal. Studies show that women have almost 50% more neurons dedicated to smell than men. When a woman is drawn to your natural scent, which represents genetic compatibility, her subconscious attraction increases significantly. That's why a clean, authentic, and subtle fragrance is worth far more than any witty line you could say. And this brings us to the second point. Women are deeply attracted to men who set boundaries. Think of boundaries as an emotional framework. A man with clear boundaries isn't distant or cold. He communicates stability and self-respect. He doesn't beg or chase. He connects from a place of wholeness. And that creates security. She doesn't have to carry your emotions. And that freedom allows attraction to exist. It's not about playing hard to get. It's about being difficult to upset. Third point: women often feel attraction before they show it. Many women only consider romantic interest after first noticing your interest. Because outright rejection carries risks, they tend to communicate through signals rather than direct declarations. Your role isn't to pressure or demand clarity. Your role is to observe and respond calmly and confidently. The fourth fact explains something you've probably already noticed, even if you never mentioned it. Pre-selection. Women are subconsciously more attracted to men who are already desired by other women. It's a biological shortcut to value. It's not about putting on an act. It's about building a genuinely rich social life. When you're a man who appreciates people and is also valued by them, including women, attraction arises naturally. So, how does he test or show interest? That's the fifth fact. Playful teasing tests your emotional structure. When he gently teases you, he's not necessarily being cruel. He's testing your confidence. Will you crumble? Will you get defensive? The smart response is to play along with lighthearted humor, a calm smile, a lighthearted comment. That shows your inner stability isn't fragile. What could have been a test ends up becoming a moment of connection. Fact number 6. His primary language is usually nonverbal. Words are merely the surface. Is her body oriented toward you? Does she hold eye contact a second longer than usual? Is there a casual brush that seems almost accidental? That's her conscious mind allowing subconscious interest to express itself. Learn to read these signs and stop guessing. Start moving with purpose. The 7th fact is a master key to intimacy. Compliment her intentionally, not out of laziness. Notice the details. Her earrings, the way she expressed an intelligent idea. Even complimenting something intimate isn't just about sexuality, but about showing that you're deeply observant. You communicate, I see the thought behind who you are. And that brings us directly to the 8th fact, the foundation of everything. Emotional connection is the gateway for most women. Physical attraction often arises as a consequence of emotional security and intellectual alignment. You build it not by acting, but by being genuinely curious. Ask her about the meaning behind her stories. Listen to understand, not just to respond. This is how you stop being an option and become a destination. Ninth fact, her friends are her advisors. Their opinions aren't just background noise, they're important information. Building a genuine and respectful relationship with them doesn't mean trying to impress them. Demonstrate social intelligence and emotional awareness. Show that you understand she exists within a network, not in isolation. The 10th fact acts as a practical filter. Beware of transactional dates. A percentage of